Hi everyone, and welcome to mods 5.4 and 5.5, the nervous system and the endocrine system. Here are your learning objectives, and here is your vocab. Pause where you need. So we're going to break down the divisions of the nervous system. So if you look at this chart on the right hand side, it would be helpful. So the two main divisions of the nervous system are the CNS, or central nervous system, and the PNS, or the peripheral nervous system. So peripheral just means everything on the outer edges, right? So if the CNS is the brain and the spinal cord, and that is it, then the peripheral nervous system is all the other nerves in the rest of our body. So the peripheral nervous system communicates information to the central nervous system and vice versa. The inside of the peripheral nervous system, it breaks down again into two main divisions. That is the somatic nervous system, or voluntary movements, and the autonomic nervous system, which controls unconscious systems, such as controlling glands and muscles of internal organs. So these things don't require conscious effort in the autonomic. So just think of the word automatic. So in that automatic nervous system, we have one final division, and that is the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. So these are both automatic without conscious effort, and our body switches between these two. The parasympathetic is the part of the nervous system that calms the body down. And the sympathetic is useful for times of stress, where the body needs to be on a high level of alert to deal with any sort of threat or something that the body perceives as a threat. So here's your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system. And then here's that breakdown a little bit more in detail. So just to focus on this one a little bit, because this is an important division here that we will be talking about a lot and will definitely come up in a quiz or a test. The sympathetic is going to react in times of stress. So this could be an actual time of stress, like a bear is chasing you, and your body starts to react. Your palms get sweaty, your eyes dilate, your digestion slows down. All of these things so that you can, epinephrine and norepinephrine are pumping so that your heart is racing, so that you can run as fast as you possibly can and get away from the bear. The sympathetic nervous system can also go off in moments of perceived stress. So someone could be, for example, experiencing a panic attack, and that sympathetic nervous system is going off, even though there isn't necessarily a bear or any other sort of actual stressor, but the person's fight or flight or sympathetic nervous system is kicking in that moment. So the way to remember the difference between that calming one, the parasympathetic, and the stressful one is remember that the S is for stress and the P is for peace. So the next system in the body that we need to discuss is the endocrine system. So the endocrine system works by using glands in the body, and these glands produce hormones, and those send messages through the bloodstream and throughout the body. Hormones, I'm sure you're familiar with, are chemical messengers, just like neurotransmitters are chemical messengers, except again, hormones circulate via the bloodstream, while neurotransmitters work through the nervous system. The pituitary gland is the master gland of all of the other glands. It is located in the brain on purpose so that the brain, and the part of the brain is the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus speaks to the pituitary gland and tells it, okay, we're in a stress mode, release stress hormones like cortisol. And so things like the adrenal glands release stress hormones through the bloodstream. Now, the endocrine system works slower than the nervous system. Both are important, both do different things. They're both helping you in that stressful moment, perhaps, but the endocrine system is slower, whereas the nervous system is super fast reacting. So here are the different parts of your endocrine system. We're really focusing on the pituitary gland, and we are going to talk more about the hypothalamus as it comes up in later modules. The other one we talk about is the adrenal glands, because it's what is talked to when you are experiencing that sympathetic fight or flight situation. The testes and ovaries might come up a little bit in a later module, in a later domain. But for right now, the pituitary gland and the adrenal glands are the ones you need to know. So this kind of just goes over what I've kind of touched on, but that the nervous system is faster, the endocrine system is slower, they travel differently, which we've discussed. And because of how they work, the endocrine system is going to last much longer in the bloodstream versus the nervous system, the message is over within seconds. Where they respond is different, and then we've gone over some of the examples. So our takeaways here, remember that the nervous system is divided into two main parts, the CNS and the PNS. And remember, the S is for stress and sympathetic, and the P is for parasympathetic, is for peace. The endocrine system uses hormones to send messages, while the nervous system uses neurotransmitters. The endocrine system works through the bloodstream, and the nervous system works through the nervous system or neurons. The nervous system works through neurons. And remember that the pituitary gland is the master gland. So that sums up mods 5.4 to 5.5, and I will see you in class. Thanks, guys.